Hey guys, it's Skull here, using my earphones as a mic and repping my brand. I am doing this video because I wanted a video for October and I'm rearranging my room, so I won't be able to do much. I want to do at least one video a month for you guys, so just to start. But this video, as you can tell by the title, is talking about the books I'm going to do for the Around the World series that I'm doing. So, completely unscripted, going with the flow. We're going to see how this goes. I keep looking at myself on the screen rather than the camera. I apologize for that. I'm going to try and work on that. Anyway, for the first four books are going to be ones that I've already read for it. Currently taking a break for reading that type of stuff because I didn't get a series, so I'm trying to read the second book of the series, which I only have up to book 2, so I'll get back to it pretty soon. Just I want to make sure I'm reading what I want on top of this. And that's just when I'm in the mood. So the first book I'm going to talk about was the Vietnam one that I found. It's called She's a Haunting. It's a spooky book. Perfect for October. I read it in September, as one does who likes scary things like I do. But yeah, it's a nice little thriller for Vietnam. It's basically the house is haunted, and she's the only one who knows. There's bisexual representation in here too, and has a ward. Yeah, but I'm not gonna try and talk about it too much because all the books as well, because they will be more in depth later on. But yeah, She's a Haunting is a good book. I'm just putting them to the side for now. Now for the one for Japan, I decided to do my favorite book backwards. Love is Hard for Otaku. Yes, it's a manga. I know it's a manga. I have a lot of manga, but this is the only one in the series I have, and it's still my favorite. I'm currently watching the anime as of now. It's only Japanese dub, so it's hard to do stuff while watching it because I do not know Japanese. That's a lie. I don't know Japanese enough to be fluent. That's better. Anyway, but it's like otakus are basically people who like anime, cosplay, manga, and all that stuff. It's a romance. Sometimes you just gotta get romance in your life with this. For a while there, I was only read romance manga, but now I'm kind of getting out of that. Now for the next book is for Pandora Gets Jealous. It's the first one in the series that I didn't realize, but it's by Grease Entry. This is a children's book. It's from Scholastic, but it's kind of, let's just say I'm looking for a different Grease Entry to have, but this is one that I could start with. I don't know if it's probably just because I wasn't the target audience type of it. I'll get more into it later. But yeah, that's my one for Greece. Now, I have one for Russia because it is needed. I've had this book since I was like 11, 10, and it's Anastasia, the Last Grand Duchess. It's literally just a fictional diary. And yeah, another Scholastic, and I think this might be my only Russian one I might get for a while. Okay, now I'm getting to the books that I haven't read in terms of this series yet, or like haven't read at all, but I have them. Now this book I have read, and it is called Don't Want You Like a Best Friend. It's a lesbian romance novel. It has a book 2. I don't have book 2. Sorry, no, there's 3 books out right now, and I don't have the other ones except for this one. I'm trying to find them. But yeah, this is for UK. It takes place in London in the 1857. I mixed up the last 2 numbers. But yeah, it's a really good book. I like it. I can't wait to read it again. I'm so excited. Now the next one is Crazy Rich Asians. This is for Singapore because the majority of the book takes place in Singapore. So I was like, that's good enough. Sometimes you can't be too picky with it. But yeah, it's a movie. One of my favorite romance movies. I have not watched another romance movie since I watched this. I have the book. I have all 3 books. So I'm probably going to read this and then read the rest afterward because it is just so good. I cannot wait to read it. The next book takes place in New York, so it's my American book, and it's called Death of Shadows. Now, I read this as a high school reading book, and I found it as second hand, and I am so happy I did because I was also able to find the second book, and I didn't realize it was the second book. I haven't read the second book. But this is also kind of a thriller, kind of a spooky, so that might be the next book I read. I think I'll do my current read as well when I'm doing it at the end of the video. But yeah, a question I did get for this series is that if you have to know the books. No. The way I'm writing it, or like the reviews and all that, I don't think you do. I mean, I'm a little more like, for the first ones, which is the first 2 videos that are going to happen, which is the Anastasia one and the Pandora's Box one. It's kind of like, well, the Pandora's Box comes from Greek myth, and if you don't know the legend of Pandora's Box, it might make it a little confusing, but then Anastasia. If you don't know the history of Anastasia, it might be a little confusing as well. But those ones are good. After that, it might be like a little trying to figure out how it works. Now the next one is called Snow Globe or Snow Globe. I know Korean, so I read the Korean title first. But yeah, I haven't read this one yet. I literally got it because it's Hunger Games meets Squid Game, and I like Squid Game. I've watched the Hunger Games. I have not read the Hunger Games, but I also wanted it because of the cover. This was a cover. This was a cover buy. I'm not being a little lie. So, yeah. By Korea, South Korea. I should specify South Korea. Now, for China. These Violent Delights. Full disclosure, this is my favorite author, so I have read her books a lot. This will be my 5th time reading this book, and then I have the rest of the series, so this might be my last one. But yeah, for someone who has 4 books in the series, this is gonna be the last read. But like, I love it. I just love it. My favorite part about this is literally if you take off the cover sleeve. But yeah, it's Romeo and Juliet in China, 1920s. And oh my god, it's so good. This also has like mystery and like fantasy a little bit in there too. But yeah, well, that is what I have so far. I don't have a lot of books for the Around the World series. I still don't know if I want to keep that title, but that's what I have so far. Now, let me get my current read. Okay, so before I tell you about my current read, I had to tell you about the book before it because it is the second book. This one was originally going to be my Chinese entry, and then I read it, and then I realized it doesn't take place in China. That's completely my bad. I had read it halfway through and didn't finish reading it, and because I was in school again, and I just stopped reading it. So that was my bad. But I'm currently reading the second book, and let me tell you, I'm so invested in this series. It's not even funny. Like, I got this one from Book Talk. I got this one because I liked this one so much. Plus, this was a birthday present, so I had to read it. So yeah, so that's once that is done, which you can see, it's a read, but it should last me until my room is done being rearranged, and I can start actually making videos because I'm putting stuff in like boxes and all that. I was going to do my budget books. I'm like, wait, I have to do this first, which is what I'm going to be doing. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my video. It is going to be completely uncut, completely raw. The only thing that pauses is I have a pause button for my recordings, and I use that a lot. I would not lie. I'm going to be using that a lot instead of cutting it so much. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you liked seeing my face. My hair is in a bun. I am not bald. But yeah, next video like this that I have me is like this. Will be in my new setup. I'm super excited about. But yeah, talk to you guys later. Bye.